Out the back.
Okay. Yep, we are really in front of a pig pen. What better place to talk about entrepreneurship? And by that I mean real entrepreneurship. So, what's the story? Entrepreneurship is supposed to be the new thing in development, right? It's the brave new world of development is entrepreneurship in the heart of every woman in the developing world. Not men, we've written them off a long time ago. But in the heart of every woman in the developing world is an entrepreneur just bursting to get out, right? But before we get to that, let's just do a little test here, okay? Let's talk about you, the budding social entrepreneurs. Leave aside the social for a moment. Let's just talk about being entrepreneurs, okay? To understand what Warm Heart does here, you have to understand poverty in Thailand. Poverty and Thailand are two words that do not go together for most people. Most people think of Thailand as sun and fun and beaches and cute drinks with little umbrellas in them and so on. Not true. Thailand is a middle-income developing country by statistical definition. What those statistics hide is extraordinary income inequalities. But it's not just that Thailand as a nation is divided into the very rich and the very poor. Thailand as a nation is divided into regions which are very rich and very poor. The central region is very rich, the peripheral regions are not. We live in the north. Average monthly income for people, all people in northern Thailand is $450 per month. When you disaggregate that figure, you discover that the bottom 30% of the entire population of northern Thailand, the second largest region in all of Thailand, comprising 17 provinces, is $50 a month. We're surrounded by mountains. We have a small, very fertile valley in the middle, but our isolation from dynamic markets by mountains, mountainous roads, difficult transportation, long-haul distances means that we raise staple crops. We raise rice, we raise corn, and we get terrible ultimate prices. There is very little effective, dynamic economic potential here in this valley. That's why we do MicroEnterprise. MicroEnterprise is a direct attempt to create meaningful jobs, sustainable jobs for those who stay behind. It's an effort to find a way to create not just social value, but also social wealth. Because until there's actual wealth being generated in this community, there's no future for this community. And there is no future for this community now because those who leave the community stay gone.
ถ้าทำมหาลัยนี่เนี่ยตัวอยู่แต่ว่าถ้าบอกว่าคนที่ลงไปแล้วอ่ะเนาะหรือคลิปมาก่อนมันก็ยากอยู่เนาะแต่ว่าเราต้องทำให้คนที่อยู่ที่เนี่ยมันไปเนาะคนที่ไปแล้วก็แล้วไปเราดึงดูดจ่ายของได้ก่อนเป็นอย่างแต่ว่าคนที่อยู่เนี่ยเขาต้องทำให้เขาหาแล้วก็ว่าโอเคทำไปรับจ้างที่อื่นเขาก็มีสตางค์รายได้เข้ามาเขาก็อยู่ได้อยู่เนาะไปอีนี่โอเค
Look, this is what we make. This is an extraordinary product. It is made out of a special kind of silk that we grow ourselves. We spin it, we dye it organically, we weave it, we sell it. This is about as green an organic and beautiful and affordable luxury item as you could imagine. It is also an absolute nightmare to produce. Let's try this little reality check just for a moment. Imagine you've lost everything, and I mean everything. You are flat broke. You, your family, you got nothing. Ajahn Schaefer, that's me, comes along and hands you $10,000. What do you do with your $10,000? Do you carefully hoard it, save it, spend it carefully, keep your family fed for as long as possible to make sure that your kids eat, your wife or husband eats right? Or do you go out and invest every single penny right then in an entirely new and untested business? Could you do that? Could you, like that, find a product for which there's demand? And could you develop a defensible comparative advantage for that product? That is to say, something about it, a niche or something which would keep somebody else from producing it cheaper and faster than you can? Are you capable of designing a process for the production of that product? Are you capable of developing the entire supply chain necessary for that product? Are you capable of putting together the buyers' networks necessary to sell your product? You and I think nothing of referring to the market as that intangible thing out there through which we know demand. We can do market research. We can identify products which people will pay for. That information is not available here in Proud. We need to teach people how to be businesswomen in every step of the way. And two, we have to create the basic market infrastructures necessary for those businesses to operate.